Hey everyone, it's Autumn. I wanted to make a quick video tonight and share with you some thoughts that I have. But before I do, I want to start out with a quick question for you. And that question is, are you happy? And if you are happy or not happy, but more so if you are happy, where is that happiness coming from? So the topic that's come to mind for me that I'm really focusing in on for my own personal life is that of unconditional happiness versus conditional happiness. So looking at my life, I have found now the patterns in my life where so much of my happiness has been a result of external experiences driving it. So conditional happiness. And while that's okay to a degree, it is important to get to the point where we can find happiness from the little things in life, where it's more unconditional. We don't have to have those external things in our life that are showing up in order to make us feel happy or loved or fulfilled, that we can find it in those little moments in our everyday life. So as I go through and I share my personal thoughts on conditional happiness versus unconditional happiness, just go through in your mind and think of the ways that you find happiness in your own life. So some examples of external happiness that you may experience or be driven by would be money. Money is a big form of happiness for so many. When we don't have it, we're not so happy. When we have it, we're a little bit happier because it allows the freedom and the flexibility to do things. So, not to say that when we don't have it, we don't still have freedom and flexibility to do things. Things are just a little bit more difficult with less money. So that external conditional form of money brings with it happiness. For others, it may be their work life, what profession they hold or their status in that profession, their accomplishments, that level. It could be your relationships and what those relationships bring to you, family relationships, friendships, and how they influence and impact your way of thinking and feeling and happiness overall. It could be external things in your environment. It could be the car that you drive or the home that you live in, the vacations that you take. These are all forms of happiness that come into our lives, but they are conditional. And I can speak to them being conditional because what happens to your happiness when you wake up and all of those things disappear? What happens to your happiness or the feeling of happiness when you're broke or you lose your job or your health deteriorates and you get sick? What happens to your happiness when the relationship that you've invested all of your time in and has been your source of happiness for X amount of years falls apart and you are left to pick up the pieces and try to find happiness in other forms? Maybe you get in a car accident, unfortunately, and your car that you love gets totaled and bye-bye. So all of these sources of conditional external happiness are just that. They bring us happiness. There's nothing wrong with these things. It's great to have these things in your life. I'm not saying that conditional forms of happiness are wrong, but what I'm getting at is, for myself, and I want to share with you, is I'm looking at, one, I have these things in my life that have brought me happiness over the years, but they are conditional. I want to find ways in my life now and in the years to come to find ways to look at different situations, to go through my experiences where I can find unconditional ways of feeling happy, of feeling loved, of feeling fulfillment in my life. So, what does that look like? Perhaps maybe it's just you wake up in the morning and you're happy because you woke up. I made it another day. I'm here on earth for this reason, for this purpose here and now. I have much to celebrate. I have much to be happy for. I have a heart that is beating without me having to worry about it. I have air in my lungs. I can go stroll through the park. I can take a walk. I can watch the nature that surrounds me, all of the beauty that we are surrounded by every day. When we look up at the trees and the gorgeous skyline and the beautiful sun or the moon and the stars at night, we can find happiness, we can find true beauty and fulfillment in these things. But it's stopping and paying attention to the little things that we often take for granted, myself included. I really, it's taken me time to pay attention and notice things that I appreciate, that I should be more grateful and happy for. And again, just paying more attention to these unconditional things that I can find happiness in. I can find happiness in the fact that I have my health. I have I have clothes. I have shelter. I have warmth in the winter time. I have air conditioning in the summertime. I have some great friends. I have a wonderful family that surrounds me. You know, here and now with everything that's going on, you notice how fragile life can be, how short life can be. Oftentimes you're hearing of the tragedies that are surrounding other people's lives. And I'm sure you've experienced it in your own life. I've experienced it in mine. It's really taking the moment to be grateful in the here and the now and to find true happiness that is not focused on another person, another circumstance, that we can really go within and find the beauty and the happiness that surrounds us. And I will tell you firsthand, the more you do it, the more you focus on the happiness that's in your life, or the happiness that you feel that's not coming from so much these external conditional sources, that you're going to start shifting and changing. And especially if you verbalize and you speak out, like, you know, what you're grateful for, what you're paying attention to around you. And I'm telling you from experience, from my own experience, that the more I speak or pay attention to these things, the more I fill myself up to experience that joy on a larger scale. And trust me, like when you are feeling happy, when you are showing gratitude, that happiness is going to radiate out to other people, and you're going to find more things to be grateful for, more things to be happy about. And it's just, you just keep expanding. There's no limits to what you may experience or feel. So anyways, I have just been kind of going through the process of this particular subject on happiness and the sources, and how are we getting happiness? Is it from, again, a conditional basis or an unconditional basis? And with that, how it's impacting my life, how I'm shifting into other directions or different viewpoints. And, you know, I've said it before, I will continue to say it. Life for me is about continued personal growth, spiritual growth, learning from past experiences and integrating the lessons that have come about from them. And anything that I can learn along my way, my path, I am all for sharing it, so I can help other people to understand, or maybe get through things that, you know, that are difficult for you right now in the moment, and try to encourage and lift you up. So anyways, I won't make this video long. I just wanted to put out a short video and just put that question out there for you. And if anything, just get the process of thinking turning. Love to hear your comments or feedback, or another perspective on this particular subject of happiness. So anyways, I'm going to end here. I hope you guys are having a wonderful evening and you've had a great day today. So take care.